Hey, everybody. It's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. It is 5 o'clock Central Time tonight. Obviously, a little bit of a change up tonight, just for tonight. If you guys saw the post earlier, we got hammered with a pretty good batch of snow last night and this morning. I'm sure there's 6, 8 inches, maybe 10 inches back there. Not sure. Pete's here with us. We got a few of you here that got the comment. Austin's on with us. So glad some of you guys are able to jump on. Short episode tonight. Kevin L's here. Yeah. I wish it was anywhere but here. But wanted to jump on, just do a quick recap of the yard walk the other day, keep you guys up to date about the gathering, the membership groups, a few things like that. We'll catch some new inventory. Dad's here. Charles is here. Big Job made it. Jim's on. So some of you guys got the notice. Gray Kitty, what are you doing? I got my coat over there. Gray Kitty's obsessed with it. Just trying to figure out a way to get it. Oh, and the box moved. Okay. So anyway, that's kind of all I've got planned tonight. When I get out of here, after we get done, I'm planning on staying home. When I came down the shop this morning, the roads are pretty bad. Bill Disc's here. Hopefully they've got some of them knocked down. John's with us. And the trip home won't be too bad, but it was pretty tough this morning. But anyway, so we'll jump on for a little bit, catch a few things. Lee's here. And like I said, we'll be short tonight, but didn't want to completely ignore everybody. Needed to touch base on the gathering and some of that type of stuff. So thought we would at least do that. Alan's here. One thing I did forget last week when Kevin was here, he didn't find any lemon drops, but he bought me butterscotch candies. So I haven't been, these are sitting here calling my name. So I am going to get one of these out because these look pretty tasty. I have not had these butterscotch candies since I was like a little kid. So actually kind of excited. So thanks to Kevin for that. Pappy made it. So anyway, obviously, if you guys saw the post, you probably saw the picture. A lot of wind, a lot of snow. Right now, it is 16 degrees and feels like -4. Kenny's here. Waycamp's with us. Glad a lot of you guys caught the notice, but there's the current temperature, 16, feels like -4. Now, to really put this into perspective, Ed's here with us. Don't know if you've been here with us or not, Ed, before. Welcome. Perry from Connecticut. Shayla sent me this. Scott's with us on Facebook. A little bit ago, this is a KDOT map. The red highways, as of right now, are closed in Kansas. Craig's here. Yeah, if you need him tomorrow, you're out of luck, buddy. It just ain't going to happen. Here's the current KDOT highway closure in Kansas. The highways outlined in red are closed. So that kind of puts it into perspective of what things are like in Kansas today. I hope you don't have to deal with much of this, Nick, on your side of things, but so anyway, that's what we're up against. That's why I thought we'd jump on. Didn't want to ignore you guys. Man, these butterscotch are good. I forgot how good these were. It's been a long time since I have one. Thanks to Kevin for bringing butterscotch candies. They're as good as the lemon drops. Ken from the frozen north. Well, we're in the frozen central part. Coming to you from the frozen central areas tonight. So it's supposed to actually not even, I think we're done with snow, but it's not supposed to be like in the 30s until like Wednesday where it'll really start melting. They're talking like 20, some sun, but like 20. So it's probably going to be middle of the week before we even really can start seeing some of this stuff melt. Glenn's here. So anyway, saw a lot of you guys on the New Year's Day yard walk. What is sun? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that myself, Jim. Had an amazing yard walk on Wednesday. I know a lot of you guys did make it on at least for a little while. Even getting cold in Texas. But we consistently, actually, when I shut it off on Wednesday, Scott's here with us, above his knees in his driveway. Zach made it. Whiskey Business is here. Glad you're here. Joe S. is here. A lot of you guys I know did make the yard walk. Thanks, John. We did have a lot of fun. I had a crazy crowd on. I don't know if it was because it was New Year's Day. I don't know what happened. But we consistently had 200 to 250 people on at any given time for 2 hours. We went almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. Once it cranked up, we were into the 200. We broke 300 people a few times. We had overall, by the time we got done, 29,000 hits that day on that video. So it was a lot of fun. It was a great yard walk. Appreciate all you guys that were on there. Your comments, your participation there. Again, that's what makes those tick. Tractor Mike made it. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? Glad you enjoyed it, Joe. What? You gonna come say hi, or you gonna sit over there? John Sanderson here. Sanderson's here. Some great comments on the yard walk. I appreciate that, guys. Come here. You want to say hi? Yes. Here, you can say hi. Say hi to everybody. They're over there. See, they're right here. Over here, goofball. Billy Bowman made it. Say hi to everybody. Yes. Okay. John almost thought he was going to get another project out of it. So, yeah, it was a great time. Super appreciate Kevin L. and Pete being on there, helping us out. However, we did not really have too much troll issue, which was great. But definitely appreciate you guys being on there and helping out, because it was a great yard walk. Tons of people. When I finally clicked the phone off after 2 hours and 18 minutes for you guys that were on there towards the end, when I hit the end button and shut her down, I had 4% battery life left. So we were done. We were done. No problem, Zach. I know, especially this time of the year, Zach hauls electrical supplies for the power companies. This time of the year, when you've got storms and stuff out there, Zach's situation changes. But as always, definitely want to give a shout out to Zach and Andy, Whiskey Business, and Rusty Okie for managing the No Buddies page on Facebook. I super appreciate your guys' help on that. Steve's here. And that's right, Pete. And that's another thing I was getting ready to mention. When we hit in, we were still over 200 viewers. Typically, when I get ready to wind stuff down and say we're getting close to the end, the battery's about to die, numbers usually start dropping pretty quick. But we were still over 200, even after I told everybody the phone was about ready to die and we were about ready to tap out. So crazy for those numbers, and appreciate you guys letting your friends know we're on, jumping on, having a good time. It was a good day, and it was a great yard walk, and everybody seemed to have a blast on it. So anyway, enjoying my butterscotch candy from Kevin. Man, these are tasty. The night before that, Toy Tuesday, we did live from Dry Lake Brewery. Our good friend Ryan helping us out with the gathering once again this year. Took great care of us last year. Let us use their little party room. They've agreed to do that again this year. Took you on a quick tour of his brewery. He explained some things to us about what they do to make the beer and how they do it. And so that was pretty cool. So if you guys missed Toy Tuesday, we talked about Ryan's big boy toys, his brewery, which isn't a bad toy to have. I mean, let's face it. Glenn liked that too. Yeah, it was something kind of different. We were down there eating for New Year's Eve anyway. Thought, what the heck? Ryan's like, shoot, let's do it. A lot of you guys had a great time there last year. Hopefully a lot more of you guys are going to have a great time there this year. So thought we would give you a little more insight into Dry Lake Brewing since we had the time and we were ready to do it live that night anyway. What are you doing, goofball? Hey, how are you sitting? You're sitting weird. That was a good bar of candy. So, getting into the information for the upcoming gathering, another thing we wanted to touch on tonight, since we just got done talking about the Live from Dry Lake Brewing, the gathering of the nobodies. We do have several people already signed up, so those registrations are starting to come in. Jim, so far I watched every Sunday night chat this year. Wow, that's impressive, Jim. Appreciate that. So, well, I guess, yeah, since this is it for this one, yeah, I guess you're right, Jim. So we're in for the first one. I was thinking we were still at the end of last year. Kat, what are you doing? Hey. Yes, you. Meow. Michael's here with us. So the gathering of the nobodies, we have picked the date, April 26th. Pete has sent some emails out. Some of you guys have already got your $20 in. We've got, like we mentioned, we're going to take 35 people just to keep it manageable. We've got about a third of those slots filled at this point in time. Just rolling this out, that's pretty quick. Whether we're going to fill all 35 of those spots, I have no idea. But yes, I did. Yes, Kevin, your stuff is on the way. Which is another thing I need to bring up to shipments. I need to get to shipments here in a little bit. In fact, let me just touch on that real quick before I get too far off of it. I did not get anything shipped until Thursday. I took it all to the post office on Tuesday at 1:00, and they were closed already. So I had to go get a car Monday, so I thrashed packaging everything Tuesday morning, got it all done about noon, did labels, ran to the post office about 1:00, and they were already closed. So everything that was paid for by Wednesday has been shipped, unless you've just got one thing and it's waiting on payment for something else. But everything that was all the orders that were fully paid are shipped, but they did not ship till Thursday because the post office was closed Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday. So Joe with us on Facebook. So we're early, Bill. We got weather issues here, so we jumped on early. But no, I did need to mention that, Kevin. So I'm glad you brought it up, because I wanted to tell everybody what happened on shipments this week. Now they're probably hopefully you're not in the storm and they got out of the area by yesterday. But so hopefully some of that stuff will start showing up first of the week. But anyway, back to the gathering. We have picked the date for April 26th. Basically same format as last year. Dry Lake Brewing on Friday evening, yard Saturday morning, lunch at the yard Saturday at noon, and then mid-afternoon into town to see My Good Cars and Dad's Good Cars. Once again, back to Dry Lake Brewing Saturday night. Flatlanders will be there both nights with the flatbread pizza that we had last year that is absolutely amazing. So that it's coming together, and it's coming together quick. We're still 4 months out, but like I said, about a third of the slots are filled. So if you want to get in, get in. Appreciate that, Pete. I hadn't got to you yet, Michael. And it's going to be here before we know it. Like I said, who knows if we'll fill all 35 of those slots, but we just needed to put some sort of parameter out there at the beginning. So that's what we did. And if you want to get in, get with me, get on Pete's email list. And if you want to come hang out that day and check things out, that's why we're doing it. It's great meeting the other nobodies, putting faces to names. Had a great time last year and looking forward to this year as well. Also back on auction stuff. My auction tub, which is stuff that has been that is waiting on payment, bonus drawing stuff that is waiting to go with other shipments. Tim's here. That stuff, that does not surprise me, Zach, at all. Last night when I was driving home, I could feel it skating around on me a little bit. So I was completely off the gas. I was completely off the brake. I was touching nothing, and the truck was still starting to slide sideways. So at normal idle, it was spinning the tires last night on the way home. But anyway, the tub of stuff to ship. In fact, I've got 1 or 2 orders in there that were paid a few months ago that I can't get shipping addresses on. So basically, I'm going to clean that out. The few things that have been paid for that I can't get shipping addresses on, I'm going to try to find the PayPal payments and refund those if I don't get addresses on them in the next week or so. And I've just got to get it cleaned out. There's just too much stuff in there that is hanging that I just got to get that tub cleaned out because there's so much stuff in there, it's getting confusing. Some of the stuff's been in there for months. So how far is the drive from the yard to my place? Depending on if we hit stoplights, if we hit all the lights red, it can take 10 minutes. If we have good luck on lights, you can do it in 6 or 8 minutes. So not too bad. So I will be cleaning that out. Everything from November, the way I drive 3 minutes, it ain't that bad. I think everything got paid for in November. So if you've got stuff hanging from December, get with me so we can get that cleaned up, because here in a couple weeks towards the end of January, I will be closing out the year, and anything unpaid as we get towards the end of January, we'll go back into the auction boxes to be resold. So just a heads up that just thinking ahead, trying to get some of this stuff cleaned up, getting regrouped, ready for 2025. As far as what's going on in the collector car world, Kissimmee starts this week. There will be a lot of TV coverage coming up on Kissimmee. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Have not talked to Jim. Probably try to touch base with Jim Wicks this week. He usually doesn't go down to Kissimmee right away. He will usually go the beginning of the following week. So I think it starts like on the 7th, if I remember correctly, which is like middle of this week. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it starts of this week. But he typically doesn't go down until like next week into the beginning of the following week. So I'm going to try to touch base with him. Weather, Tony, we've got a ton of snow here, a bunch of wind, and I'm not coming back to the shop tonight. We put some posts up earlier today that we were going to jump on early because once I get home, I'm not going to get back out. Our streets are terrible right now, so I don't want to get back out later on. So anyhow, going to be a lot of TV coverage, a lot of things going on. Going to be interesting to see what happens at Kissimmee this year. They've got a lot of killer collections. They've got some big high-dollar cars, as always. Going to be pretty interesting to see what happens in Kissimmee coming up here shortly. Last thing I want to touch on in my notes, and we'll touch on some new inventory and talk about the raffle. And yet we got a few things I want to do yet tonight, since we are running an abbreviated version tonight. But the membership groups. A lot of you guys have already joined, which is awesome. The videos that went out to members this past week will be going public this week. There will be new member videos coming out this week that will not be published publicly until the following week. So that's how we've got the membership group set up, that there are videos that are coming out earlier for the members. And then general public the week after. We've also got the training program. We've got one person signed up for that. I've talked to a couple of you other guys about getting into the Nobody's Training, How I Do What I Do group. If you're still interested in that, touch base with me. As soon as we get a couple guys signed up, I will get with you guys and find out when you want to do the specific lives that are going to talk about how I do what I do, where I find stuff, how I buy it, and then, marketing, shipping, packaging, shipping companies, all this type of stuff that, that I do is going to be covered in that. Plus, you guys, as you find stuff, we'll discuss it, whether, with what I know about whether that may or may not be worth buying, things like that. So, messed up big jobs night. Well, like I said, I really don't want to fight this stuff any more than I have to. So I thought, what the heck, we'll jump on. Not that we didn't miss tonight. The other option was we could have missed it. I could have tried to set something up from home on my laptop. Could have tried to do some stuff like that. But the reality of it was this just made more sense. So I could just go home and be done for the night and hopefully get back down here tomorrow. Hopefully they got some of the roads plowed when I get out of here tonight. But who knows, A lot of streets to cover, a lot of area to cover for our city and county people to try to get some of this stuff opened up for the way it was. So, yeah, I would have to come in and feed the cats anyway. So thanks to all you guys who have signed up for membership groups. Obviously, if you see the green icons as of right now, there will be different colors as your memberships age. As you get more time on your membership, there will be different badges that members will be awarded. So, but as of right now, since this is all still new, we just launched it a couple weeks ago. Everybody has the green badge for their new memberships as of right now, just like we see Big Job with the NS and the green on it. So be sure to check that out. It doesn't sound all bad there, Big Job. Check out the membership groups, 3 different tiers. If you're interested in signing up for one, that would be awesome. If you're interested in getting into the training program of how I do what I do, be sure to get with me, get signed up, and we will start getting a time schedule for that weekly or bi-weekly live, depending on what we decide to do. I have not, Rick. It's right now just the logistics of hauling what I've got bought have been a pretty big challenge. So have not looked at anything out there. Frank's here with us. But fortunately, I know some of you guys have maybe seen, I've got a guy that's been doing some hauling for me. He's in a few of these clips that are going to be coming up. But if he hadn't been hauling for me over the last 6 weeks or so, I wouldn't have had, a fraction of the vehicles come in that he got picked up for me. So it, I got to pay, I'm paying him to haul, but so at least they're getting here. So no, haven't checked on any of that stuff, Rick. But check in the membership groups. If you're interested, you can always give me a call, sign up, and if you got questions, give me a holler, and definitely try to walk you through it. So, sounds good, Tractor Mike. Get some rest, buddy, and hopefully you'll get feeling better here pretty quick. Yeah, and there's some truth to that, Alan. When I left the house this morning, the streets were pretty bad. Like I said, I'm hoping the main streets are at least knocked down by the time I go home, but we'll see. But like I said, I really don't want to get back out later on tonight. I just sure did not feel like doing that. So anyway, like I mentioned earlier, we did go get a car Monday, and I did have a car come in right before that as well. We're not doing an auction tonight, Michael, anyway, so you're not missing much of anything. We're just doing a quick episode to jump on and go over some of this stuff so that we didn't miss you guys tonight. So not going to miss any auction tonight. 1963 Ford half-ton short bed pickup step side came in. That it's probably just a parts truck. It's missing some stuff. The hood's butchered up on it, and it's got like a 61 or 2 front clip on it. So, but a lot of good pieces on that one. And then on Monday, we went and picked up a 1957, kind of a Ford night, 1957 Ford Fairlane 500 convertible. So stay tuned for content coming up on both of those vehicles in the near future. When I went and got the 57 Ford convertible, it was super windy. So I only shot about a minute of where we found it at because it's crazy windy, and we're going to have some wind noise in that video. But obviously we're sitting there ready to load. Not much I can do other than shoot what I can and get the thing loaded. Anyway, the raffle, this month's raffle, I told you guys we were going to do mystery boxes. We have not done mystery boxes in a while. We always have a lot of fun with those. So, going to give you an update on mystery box raffle for January 2025. Thanks, Kenny. Says hit the like button. Appreciate that. Mystery boxes. All right. Here's what we've got. I'm not going to show you what's in them. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, though. We have 3 boxes. We're doing 3 of them. 3 names out of the big Buick oil can, 3 boxes. Okay? There goes the hearts. I love the hearts. These boxes, I know a lot of you guys have gotten them before. They are 12 by 6 by 6. Reason I use these boxes is license plates fit in them. Now, the long, narrow plates, the early ones that are 14-inch, do not fit in here. So there's no real early plates. But I've got a mix and match in each box. Now, each box will have, their hearts are still going. That's great, guys. Each box will have a grease cap, a license plate, a toy truck. Yeah, each box has several shoe boxes in them. Good idea, Kevin. Grease cap, license plate, toy truck, metal can, and one of those old cast iron wrenches. So each box will have at least one of those things in it. Grease cap, license plate, toy truck, metal can, iron wrench. This one here happens to be heavy on license plates. So there are more plates in this box than the other ones. This box is heavier on grease caps than the other ones. I hope everything's going good, Tony. I hope you're feeling good. No Chevy promos. So this one heavier on grease caps. This box is actually heavy on nothing. It's got 1 or 2 of everything in it. So the hearts are still pouring out. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the hearts. There's Andy. Missing Heather. So that's what we've got. 3 of these boxes, 12, 6, 6, and they've all got, as of right now, 10 pieces in them. So there's 10 pieces in them. I'll probably throw some little stuff in each box afterwards, some matchbooks, emblems, something like that. But as of right now, there's a couple of them with horn buttons. But everything and some other miscellaneous stuff, but everything will have at least 1 plate, 1 can, 1 iron wrench, 1 toy truck, and 1 grease cap. Just some of them have, and then some of them have more on top of that than others. So that's what we've got lined up for mystery boxes. So whatever we will, and then I'm not going to show them to you. I will number these boxes when I seal them. When I get done with them, I will tape them up, and I will mark them 1, 2, or 3. The first name out of the box will get their choice, box 1, 2, or 3. Second choice will get the choice of the remaining 2 boxes, and the third number out will get the last box. I will plan on taping these up after I get, like I said, I'll probably throw a couple other little things in with them. But as of right now, there are 10 pieces in each box. There's no $100 piece in each box, but there's a lot of cool $10 and $20 pieces in each box, and there's 10 pieces in each box. So I'll throw a few other little things in. Actually, what I'll end up doing is, now that I've pretty much got these built, may throw 1 or 2 other little things in them. Then I will pack these just like they're getting ready to ship. No, actually, I won't do that, because if you have something else that goes with them, I can put it in the same box. So I've about got these ready. Have a gong show prize. So I'll go through, I'll throw a few matchbooks or some other stuff in a few of these, and then I will tape them up. After they are taped up, I will mix them and match them, and they will probably lay around for a few days before I number them. So I won't even know what number is on what box based on what I put in them. because they are all identical boxes. They are all the exact same thing. So I'll close them up, put a number on them, and then the winners get to choose. And whatever's in that box is what's headed your way. So, like I said, I think we did it once earlier last year, but it's been a long time since we've done it. Thought it'd be a different way to mix things up, and we always have fun with it. So there they are, 3 boxes for the mystery box raffle. Each box will have at least one of a license plate, a grease cap, a metal can, a toy truck, and an iron old turn of the century wrench. So, anyway, that's about what I've got for tonight, guys. I just didn't want to miss you guys and completely skip it. Instant starter kit. That's right, John. Collector starter kit. But did want to jump on and go over some of that stuff with you guys. And at least know I was still thinking about you. I didn't forget about you. Just this weather that we're fighting is just terrible right now. So, anyway, I'll keep an eye out for comments here as we get ready to wind things up. Like I mentioned earlier, there will be new videos out. There were not any public videos Wednesday or Friday night. There will be this Wednesday or Friday night. Like we mentioned earlier, we will still do the Sunday Night Live and the Tuesday Night Toy Tuesday Live, but regular videos are going to be Wednesday and Friday, and they are going to be members only for the first week. So, actually, Kevin, I need to tally that up. That's a good question. I've got it all right here. I've got a whole pile of it. I think I got them marked here, Pioneer Village 2025. As of August, we were at 343, but I've got several to add to that. So I would imagine we're probably in the $600-700 window. Obviously, we did 4 cars last year, and so we've definitely got that covered, and probably are going to have the opportunity to do a couple more. But Kevin, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something I forgot to mention that I had planned on mentioning. I was actually going to try to go up there this week, but the weather, obviously, if I make it this week, it will be later in the week. I need to talk to Will, but I wanted to try to get up there this week. But obviously, the weather's going to change that. So I do need to get this tallied up, go through all this. But based on where we were at in August and kind of skimming what we've got here, these, extra $5, $10, that, $8 that people are rounding up, $3, I think we should have probably, there's another couple $100 here, I bet, on top of that 343. So hopefully we'll, be up around that $600 window and add another car or two to our Pioneer Village adoptions for 2025. So if you guys are fairly new to us, Pioneer Village, we do a lot of work with them up in Minden, Nebraska. Absolutely amazing place. 300 cars in their collection. And they sponsored Will, and I helped Will build out an adopt a car program where you get adopt a car for $100 a year. We did 4 last year. We obviously have those covered, and we'll hope to do a few more yet for 2025. All done as the Nobodies of Nobody show. Like the little Maserati. That's cool, Jim. So yeah, we definitely have our 4 covered from last year, and probably a few more. So I do need to get that tallied up, and hopefully get up there here in the next week or two. It just depends on what the weather's going to do. But thanks for bringing that up, Kevin, because that is definitely something I wanted to mention, and it slipped my mind. I forgot to get it into my notes. So we'll see if we can get that done, get some more content up there, and keep that collection going. If you guys have not been to Pioneer Village in Minden, Nebraska, put it on your list to see. Maybe they'll get their hotel open back up later this year. They were doing some renovations on their hotel because they do have a hotel right there at Minden. If that's the case, we will try to maybe schedule a nobody's group up there to Pioneer Village. They don't really have any good hotels in Minden. Minden's a very small town, so you have to go to Kearney, about 25 miles away. So that's kind of what sucks about that. That's why. But if they get their hotel open, which is coming soon, they did get a new roof put on it last year. They have some mechanical work to do with some of their, the mechanical systems of the building that need updated, but it is on the agenda. They are working towards that. So maybe later this year we can squeeze in a nobody's trip to Pioneer Village, but it is amazing it's an amazing collection. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check out the videos that we've got on the channel. We've got a Pioneer Village playlist on the channel. Absolutely astounding collection. And that's another good point. Big Job. Cheap just for what it costs them to house the cars each year. But an amazing collection. Will's been great to work with. We've been having a lot of fun with that and definitely want to get up there. Actually, two reasons. I want to get up there to Kearney as well. They have a car museum in Kearney, and want to get up to that as well because they're only there for a couple more months. But James Hetfield from Metallica, part of his car collection is currently on display at the museum in Kearney, including a couple cars that we really want to see. Voodoo Priest is there, and Slow Burn is there. If you guys aren't familiar with those cars, look them up. They are absolutely amazing. Voodoo Priest, 37 Zephyr Coupe, stunning car. Can't wait to see that in person. Slow Burn is a custom Auburn boat-tail speedster that was actually built on a Glen Prey bodied car. So kind of excited to see that car since it was originally a Glen Prey car. Marcus from Southwest Kansas on with us on Facebook. So definitely want to catch that as well. So trying to schedule all that in. Obviously, the weather's going to change that for a few days, but hopefully we can get something put together here soon. Get up, see Will and our other friends at the Pioneer Village, and check out James Hetfield's cars at the museum in Kearney. There's Andy and Rusty Okie made it. So anyway, thanks for bringing that up, Kevin, because I had completely spaced that off, even though I did want to catch that. I did want to bring that up. So you guys that aren't familiar with Pioneer Village, because we haven't talked about it a lot here lately, but be sure to check out those videos. It is an amazing collection, and maybe we can get a trip put together later this year if they get the hotel opened up. Hey, there's Steve. Yep, Steve's not too far away from me, so they're dealing with the same thing that we're dealing with. Glenn's dealing with. It is no fun out there at all. I've still got the pickup here. Derek never did get back with me on it. So I should touch base with him. I just haven't done it. But, obviously with the Motor Trend TV stuff being shaken up, shut down, and then sold off, I'm not sure what Derek's got going, but I should probably try to reach out to him as well. Steel Ponies, Jeff made it tonight. Glad you're here. So anyhow, I'll keep an eye out on comments here as we get ready to wind down. But for anybody that came on late, yes, we did jump on early due to weather tonight. Leonard's here. Glad Leonard's back with us. Next week, do plan on being back at 7:30 on a normal schedule. Hopefully we're not dealing with this kind of weather. I don't want it back to back, that's for sure. And Tuesday we will be back on normal. We will finally get back into some of those packets from Balin Wire. Balin Wire sent us some amazing goodie packets. If you guys were not on a couple weeks ago, you need to go back and check that out. Talk about amazing van stuff. Man, everybody, we were on 45 minutes on Toy Tuesday a couple weeks ago going through these packets of Balin Wire sent us because of the van stuff. I ain't even looked at the rest of it yet. We're We're probably a little past halfway in the first packet. Have not even opened the second packet yet. Don't even know what's in there. Have not dumped it out. I guess I opened it, but I didn't dump it out. So I don't even know what's in there until we start yanking it out on Toy Tuesday. So we will do that Tuesday night. And then, like I mentioned earlier, no normal videos on Monday nights anymore. Wednesday and Friday, and the 2 lives. So anyway, looks like we're getting caught up on the comments. I think I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wind stuff up. You bet, Kevin. Like I said, I didn't want to bail on you guys tonight, and I didn't want to come back either in this weather. So thought we'd jump on for a bit, get a little bit of housekeeping caught up, touch base with you guys, and hopefully get ready for a good week and a new year. 2025 is here, everybody. I can't believe that here we are, episode number 244, and we're still here hanging out, having a good time, and building this community of nobodies more and more every week. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me you've been sharing it with your friends, trying to get them to jump on. As always, I super appreciate that. You know, it'd be really nice to get this group up to a solid 80 to 100 people consistently, and have a good time. The more people we have on here, the more knowledge we can share. There's a lot of times somebody will have a question that I can't answer, but you guys are always there to help back me up. So, -4 forecast in the morning. I did see that, Glenn. Don't like that. It's getting dark now. It was still light when we jumped on, but it is getting light. It's starting to get dark here around this time, Jim. We're almost 6 o'clock here, so I do not want to sing "Let It Snow" because I do not want any more snow. There's Sam with us. Yep, Sam, we got weather issues, so we jumped on early tonight. 61 in Texas, says Scott on Facebook. Yep, I'm glad you jumped on as well, Tony. I hope you get the feeling better. So we did have a few guys that this did allow to jump on and say hi again, going a little earlier, which worked out great as well. But next week we will plan on being back to 7:30. If there's something weird that pops up like it did this week, obviously I will get a post up, several hours ahead before the live. But that's kind of what we've got planned. Yeah, and that's true. It's better to drive home when you got a little bit of light. I think I can get down my street here because where my shop is at here in town, you guys that have been here know this, the city and the county shops are literally across the street from me. So they did run the grader up and down this street because the city, actually, a lot of the city functions are directly across the street from me. So the plows are over there, the graders, the loaders, all that stuff is right across the street. And the city gas pumps are right across the street, which means that PD, ambulance, fire truck, they all have to have access to this lot to fuel up. So, you bet, Bill. David W. is here. It's too cold out to sing that too, Big Job. I don't like the cold either. So they did grade the street right here and got the snow knocked off of this one because of all the city functions that actually happen right here where my shops are at here in town. So fortunately they got that much done, but on the other side of town, when I get over towards the house, don't know what it's going to be like over there. So that's kind of what's got me worried more than anything. But like I said, at least now, you guys were courteous enough to jump on for a bit now at this point. And we all got together. We all got caught up a little bit, and I don't have to come back later tonight and fight more of this weather because it wasn't fun getting here this morning. I don't think it's going to get any better tonight when it's dark out. So, what are you guys doing over there? Cat's over there bouncing around. With that, we'll go ahead and wind up this short, abbreviated version of the Sunday Night Live chat. Appreciate you guys jumping on with me early. There you are. What are you doing, Great Kitty? And still hanging out and having a good time tonight. Stay tuned. We'll get those videos up here in a few days for general public. We will have some more members videos being released this week. And our dusting was about 8 or 10 inches, Sam. So It's definitely cold, but our dusting was, I know it was at least 6 inches, and I'm sure it was 8 inches. I don't know if we got quite to 10, but we got a lot. So, no fun. Snowmobile for a second option. Yeah, I should have went out to Tractor Mike's. Tractor Mike has a collection of John Deere snowmobiles. I guess I should have went out and got one of those from him last week. So, you bet, Tony. That's fine because we're wrapping up as well. I'm going to get home. Hopefully this weather calms down. Hopefully we do get some sun here within the next few days and this stuff starts disappearing because it is no fun. Hopefully I can get up to Pioneer Village soon. And one other thing real quick about Pioneer Village, if you guys are watching those videos, I think we're going to have money to sponsor an extra car or two. Be thinking about what we might want to do on that. So, yeah, may have to do that, Tim. So if you've got comments about what cars we may want to sponsor, let me know about what those may be as well. And I'll see what happens if I get up there this week or possibly next week. If I get up there this week, I will put some posts up or possibly do a live while we were there. So you guys can help me tell what cars to pick if we've got some extra money to sponsor a few more cars. So right now we're doing the Allstate and the Henry J, as well as the oldest Ford and the second oldest Cadillac known to exist, I believe. Those are sponsored by the Nobody Show as of right now. So if we do happen to get up there later this week, we'll do some posts and we'll do some lives from there and get your guys' input. So anyway, with that, I'm going to get headed out of here. Thanks for being here tonight. Have a great week, everybody. I hope we get a little bit of heat and some sun, get rid of some of the snow. We'll see some of you Tuesday night. And we will definitely hope to see you all right back here next Sunday night, back at our normal 7:30 time slot for some more Sunday night live chat. Have a great week, everybody, and I sure hope it warms up here for us. Thanks for watching.